Hello, my name is Sarah Hunter, and I will be presenting on famous American psychologist Mary Whiton Calkins. On our agenda, we will have an introduction, a biography section, a career section, a current impact section, and a summary. Mary Whiton Calkins was a vibrant young woman known for being married to her work. She furthered our understanding of psychological research and was an early feminist activist for women in science, technology, engineering, and mathematical careers. Mary became the first female president and the 14th president overall for the American Psychological Association. Here is a look into Mary Whiton Calkins' inner life. Mary was born March 30th, 1863 in Hartford, Connecticut, as the eldest of 8 children. In 1882, Mary registered as a sophomore at Smith College at the age of 17, though she took a break the next year in 1883 because of her sister's passing. In that year, she studied in Greece with a tutor, but returned to Smith College in 1884 with a degree in classics and philosophy. After graduating, Mary and her family, who were specifically known for being very close, traveled to Europe for 18 months and visited Germany, specifically Leipzig, Italy, and Greece. Upon returning to the States, she was employed in the Greek department as a tutor at Wellesley College and quickly became a teacher. At Wellesley, a philosophy professor noticed Mary and offered her a job as a teacher in the new field of psychology. Mary accepted, but needed to learn more about the field, which led to her sitting in on classes at Harvard, which was an all-men's college at the time. Harvard allowed Mary to sit in on lectures to gain an understanding of psychology, although they never provided her with a degree. Throughout her lifetime, Mary was a feminist activist and a suffragist. She faced discrimination based on her gender, and she aimed to break barriers for her fellow women in the field of psychology and in all science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields. In her free time, Mary excelled in all athletics. She was in tennis, golf, and horseback riding, among other sports. She was a talented pianist and studied music throughout her life. She was fluent in Greek, Latin, French, and German alongside her first language, which was English. On February 26, 1930, at the age of 66, Mary Whiton Calkins passed away from cancer. Here is a brief summary of Mary Whiton Calkins' career and life's work. Calkins had many profound accomplishments during her time working as a psychologist. She developed the paired associations technique, conducted research on self-psychology, and aided the development of the introspectionist method and the concept of stream of consciousness with her mentor, William James. The paired associations technique was when a researcher would present participants with a list full of pairs of words and ask them to recall the second word when verbally given the first. This pairing could be something such as apple red and pig pink. Self-psychology is a subfield of psychology dedicated to the study of the self and the role of personal experience in determining individual behavior and the mental processes accompanying these behaviors. The introspectionist method is a method involving meticulous self-observation and analysis of one's personal mental processes. And according to William James, stream of consciousness is a continuous and ever-changing flow of subjective experiences and mental processes that make up our conscious experience. Some of Mary's notable accomplishments are that she wrote several prominent pieces in the field of psychology, including the following written works: An Introduction to Psychology, The Persistent Problems of Philosophy, and The Good Man and the Good. She became the first female president and 14th president overall of the American Psychological Association, as I mentioned previously. Today, Calkins' research has been known as research that laid the groundwork for further research on memory processes. Mary developed a paired association technique, which is still employed today as a method for analyzing memory and associative learning. Current cognitive psychologists use more objective methods, such as behavioral experiments and brain imaging, to study mental processes, but Calkins' work on introspection and paired associate learning are still relevant for the study of subjective experience and self-awareness. Modern theories of self and identity typically emphasize the social and relational aspects of the self, as opposed to Calkins' individualistic approach. they are known to be more nuanced. In summary, Mary Whiton Calkins was a psychologist who developed the paired associations technique, self-psychology, the introspectionist method, and stream of consciousness with her mentor, William James. She was a feminist who broke barriers of prejudice and discrimination based on her gender, and Calkins became the first female president of the American Psychological Association.